Um, Hello everybody again. This is James Bond, or some people call me Sean Connery, and I'm a little more up to date on this here baseball and baseball cards, and I think I'm ready to do one of these episodes of old style classics. Stop it, Bill. Stop it. Stop interrupting. Hey, wait a second now. I'm Bill Clinton. I was president. I want to do some old style classics baseball cards. Why do you want to do old style classics baseball cards, Bill? The same reason you want to do old style classics baseball cards. I saw that he got one of them cards of that Erin Andrews in the last episode when we were down the hall at Engine Masters working out a deal, making sure that it was a good deal for everybody. 2 thumbs up, 2 Bill Clinton thumbs up. And I want to see that Erin Andrews card and see if he's got any more stuff like that coming. Maybe he's got a Monica Lewinsky card coming. Now, Bill, I appreciate your desire to see that Erin Andrews card, but I'm James Bond. You think you really got a shot with Erin, with James Bond here? I got good a shot as anybody else. My wife really thinks James Bond and Bill Clinton are here. I'm not. She gave me quite a look. Rob's wife, that is. Pamela, old style classics baseball cards. Pam, did you really not see the James Bond, Sean Connery come in, followed up by Bill Clinton, because they want to see that Erin Andrews card. We keep telling you, Bill, you got to settle down, just like George Sr. said. George Sr. said he doesn't like being called Senior. Well, come on, guys, let me out. Let me out of the clock. Come on. Come on, it's Rob from Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. We're busy. Come on, guys, let me in. I'm gonna get Bob Dole to come in here again. No, Bob Dole, he's a real Buzz Killington. Yeah, we don't want Bob around. All he does is kind of ramble on about Bob Dole. Hey, if you guys don't let me in, I'm gonna get Bob Dole. That's it. I'm tired of this. We got to get on to this episode of Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. What do you say, Bill? Do you want to keep them locked up in there, or you want to deal with Bob Dole? I say we get the heck out of here before Bob comes around, because he's a real buzzkill and he'll ruin the party. But me and you, we can head back over to that Vietnamese coffee shop. I think George Debbie is hanging out over there. Did you say Vietnamese coffee shop? I sure did. Alright, let's go. We'll let Rob out on the way out. You ready, Bill? Let's get out of here. Alright, go ahead, Rob. Go do your old style classics baseball cards. Yeah, you big jerk. Hey, what did I ever do to you guys? You should have invited us over when you were doing that Erin Andrews card. Bill, I thought she was too skinny for you. Well, that may be true, but who doggy? I sure like to see it. Alright, well, we gotta go. Alright, guys. Thanks for stopping by. See ya. Bye. Hey everybody, it's Rob from Old Style Classics Baseball Cards, saying hi to you. Here, video number 2, November 16th, 2023. I don't think old James told you it was 16th November 2023. But, yep, my beautiful wife Pam, Old Style Classics Baseball Cards, getting busy packing luggage. So she'll be in and out making noise. She dropped the luggage on her foot, so that wasn't great. Alright everybody, so here we go again. Already into it, 5 minutes. So let's recap what we got. Well, I'll do a recap. So we do have another one of these here packages from eBay, but this one here comes from Canada. Well, not even Canada, Canada. So we got that. Showed you the minis from that last box, and got another in-action card, Guerrero Jr. So that's cool. But the reveals, we'll go ahead and start with, well, not the one everyone wants to see, now that those boys made a big deal about it. Hey, we got that Sean Green yesterday out of the Archives Signature Series 2021, and I about blew my lid because I was super happy pulling Allen and Ginter card finally out of that ourselves, not just purchasing one off of eBay, so I'm super happy with that. Even though it's not the biggest name, he's still a pretty solid player. Got some good lifetime stats. But you know me, I like collecting Allen and Ginter cards, and I particularly like old style classics baseball cards. Baseball cards. And this is an old style. I'd say that's a classic looking baseball card. Signed by Sean Green there. So, well, that's a sweet one. So we finally have a check off the list of pulling our own Allen and Ginter Archive Signature Series. So now I can move on to maybe to 2023s and hope to pull one of those minis, unless some people out there where I'm looking to trade. Alright, and then the belle of the ball. There we go. There's the Erin Andrews card. Went ahead and sleeved her up there. And it's a pretty card. She's in some commercials recently, and that's pretty cool. It's a good looking card. I know I have the full size card of this, but I went ahead and ordered this since we were talking about it the other day. I thought, oh yeah, I wonder if she has a mini framed autograph card, which she didn't. But then I seen a few of these ones that I didn't have, like the A&G back and like the gold and all that, gold border or whatever. So I was like, I'll pick some of those up that can go along with like the Nino O'Brien and Danica Patrick little run. But really I was hoping to see if I could get a autograph from her, because that would be a pretty cool one. A lot of guys like her. Pretty card. And then the big hit of the day. We're going to have to go a little back in time. Whatever. Bill and Ted. So let's go back to the beginning. I'm Rob from Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. And I like these kind of cards because I love the mini tobacco cards. Because when I grew up, I was always fascinated with baseball and the history of baseball. Like the Ken Burns baseball was right up my alley, kind of stuff I like. And being young and collecting baseball stuff and playing baseball, I was always fascinated with tobacco minis. So when Allen and Ginter came out in 2006, they had mini tobacco cards. That's what got me hooked. Because I always wished I could have had some of them old tobacco cards or old oddball cards. But they weren't really oddball cards now, were they, back then? That's how you got cards, was in different products like tobacco, cigarettes, candy, caramel, Cracker Jack, different kind of products. In my era, it was like cereal and beef jerky and sunflower seeds and Jimmy Dean sausages, and you name it, you could get baseball cards. And then, of course, everyone calls them oddball, but I used to call them premium, but you know, something to convince you to buy. But I guess premiums are more cindaways. But nevertheless, everyone calls them oddball or food issue, but they're not all food issue either. They're just, you know, like Fantastic Sam's, obviously not a food issue. But so people call them oddball cards, and that's what I like, because that's what cards always were originally. They were something to entice you to buy other product, like cigarettes or caramels, gum, whatever. And so I dig that Allen and Ginter came out and then Gypsy Queen and Oback and Goodwin Champions and Golden Age and all these other brands that were putting out minis for a while there. Now we're down to like T2 Tops 206 and Allen and Ginter right now. You'll find an occasional insert, maybe in some Panini stuff, but not regular. Even Goodwin's got rid of them, so that sucks for me. But that's why I like old cards like pre-war, because I really dig the tobacco size cards. So, but I like oddball cards in general, so let's just call product issue oddball. And so this year, being a big Allen & Ginter collector that I am, I needed to get me an original Allen & Ginter, so I did. So I pulled this out. So that's the W.M. Muldoon Wrestler from the 1887 original set of Allen & Ginter trading cards, which just happened to have 10 baseball players in it. So Allen & Ginter's was never a baseball card set. It's a World Champion set. And just different people of interest and all that, which I've talked about many times. So I was able to get, this is the most recent of those old ones, except for the one we got today. So I did get me an original Allen & Ginter. It's pretty beat up, but not horrible. And those are super thick cards. I'm just shocked at how thick these Allen & Ginter cards really were. So he's a wrestler, but not a professional wrestler. He's like more kind of like Olympic wrestler, what we would call him now, like real wrestling. But he was super popular back in the day. You can look him up. He's got quite a story. And there's the back. Looks like it, it's got some paper loss and some fading, so maybe it was kind of stuck into something, but not as bad as a lot of other cards. And if you can get a focus on this, you might be able to see the baseball players up there. Right there. So there's the baseball checklist. Oarsmen. There's the wrestlers. Pugilists, which are boxers. Rifle shooters, like Miss Annie Oakley there. And some billiard players. And got another bug floating around. And a pool player. So anyways, I'm just showing you my old stuff just to kind of lead into the big one that we got today. Then these are 1908 Ogden cigarettes. These are from England or the United Kingdom. And those are some wrestlers. These are like professional wrestlers back in 1908. These are in wonderful shape. It's so weird that their cards are in such good shape, but all these American cards like T206 and all that are in such bad shape. But I guess people were encouraged to put them in like scrapbooks. Then we got the other Ogden's cigarettes. So I picked up those two at the San Jose card show a couple months back. Got the two of them for 15 bucks. Now if you get some of these graded, and these would probably grade pretty good, you're probably looking 50, 60 bucks a card. But I got these two for only 15 bucks. So that's super cool. So you can see down there, Britain and Ireland. In that same show, I picked up my first T206 card. So that's Baltimore's Doc Adkins. I can't remember his first name, but that's technically considered a minor league card because Baltimore wasn't in the major leagues yet. But these are supposedly hard to get, the Baltimore ones. You can see that one's pretty beat up, but it's beautiful. I love it. That's my first T206 baseball card. So all those other ones have been wrestlers, the Allen & Ginter and the Ogdens. But you can see that was stuck in some kind of scrapbook, photo album, something like that. But still, pretty cool card, not very expensive for me. Got it for a pretty good deal, like 30 bucks. And I'm glad to have it. That's my first baseball T206. Now this one would have been a 1910, because T206 was 1909, 1910, and 1911. And as you can see, it where the paper loss is up there, you could tell that would say 350 subjects, I believe. And so the first one would have said like 150, that would be the 1909. The 350 is like the 1910, and like the 450 would be the 1911. So that's like a 1910 card. So that is 113 years old, right? Yep. And then at the same time, like 1909, today, my big pull, I've been wanting one of these. I didn't want to get a graded one. I mean, I would take a graded one, but I didn't really want one because I wanted to feel the card, because I know they're super thin and they're so much smaller than you expect. And I got this one. I made an offer for like $15 less than they were asking, so I got that for about the same price as this, like 30 something with the shipping. And that is an original Colgan's disc. So that is a Colgan disc of Burch for the Brooklyn. I think they were the Excelsior. I'm not sure what they were. Brooklyn something. Alexa, what was Brooklyn Dodgers' name in 1910?
From Answers.com. The Dodgers were known as the Robins out of respect to their Hall of Fame manager Wilbert Robinson during the 1910s and 1920s.
Alexa, what was Brooklyn's name baseball in 1909?
In 1909, the Brooklyn team's name was the Brooklyn Royal Giants.
Alright, so there you go. So this is like 1909, 1910. I wanted to put it in a mini tobacco one touch, but it's so thin and it's not the same, it's not gonna, it'll just bounce around in there. So I was thinking, oh, if I put it in a mini tobacco sleeve, it would fit in there, but the mini tobacco sleeves don't fit in there. Maybe if I trimmed it, the plastic, it might, but for the time being, I just put it in one of those full-size mini tobacco, tobacco sleeve, and put it in this one touch. So there you go. Got a Burch Brooklyn National League Colgan disc from 1909, and that's the stars of the diamond. One in every 5-cent package of Colgan's violet chips and mint chips. Beware of imitation, the gum that's around. So they would have got a pack of 10 of gum, about yay big, about this thick. And then it had, I don't know, like 5 or 6 pieces of gum or something in it that was round like this. And then in this set, they gave you this little card as a enticement to buy the product. And these cards are starting to go up in value, as they should. They're another one of those cards that haven't been unknown but not as appreciated, because I think people weren't into discs as much. But I've always liked discs, like the MSA discs from like King Bee beef jerky and Jiffy Pop and all that kind of stuff. So I always liked these, and ever since I first saw one of these Colgan discs, I've always been wanting to get one, but I never really shelled out for any tobacco cards before now. But I can afford it a little more than, years ago when I was really collecting, or definitely when I was young. And then of course, I didn't have eBay back in those days. So anyways, so that's my big one for the day. I got that Colgan disc. So my first one, and I got to feel it because it's not graded or anything. Feels real. They're super thin. They're super small. It's probably about the size of a $50. Bigger than a quarter by a little bit, but I'd say somewhere around the size of a $50. And that's super cool. So I'm super stoked to get that. I mean, just that alone. I mean, now I got a T206. And now these are bonus, these are just cool because they're old, but, these are 3 of the 4 or 5 top old cards that I would like to get. Obviously, I'd like to get an original Allen & Ginter baseball player, but those are really expensive. but I got a Allen & Ginter from the first set, so I'm super happy about that. A T206, which I like the T206 better than the T205 myself. Sometimes the T205 is a little busy, but I like them as well. It's just either they're really busy or the damage. You know, when you get damage like this on those, they really stand out because of the, you know, the green and the color, and the gold. So they just look more beat up to me when they're not in great shape. But I got me a T206, and I got me a Colgan disc. So finally got one of these, and so these both are tobacco cards. This is a confection card or a candy card from gum. Then I guess you probably guessed the other two that I really want to get is an original Cracker Jack card, because I love the Cracker Jacks. Obviously my big one that I would like would be a Ty Cobb. You know, I'd love to get the Camp Anson here, a Ty Cobb. Obviously the Cracker Jack Ty Cobb would be huge, but yeah, they're just way too expensive. That's probably never going to happen until I win the lottery. But a Cracker Jack card is next, one of the next ones on my list of these old vintage cards that I would really like to have. And I mean vintage, like antique pre-war. And then like one of the caramel cards, which look just like, you know, the tobacco size cards, but like to be able to pull one of those like Ty Cobb's a lot less expensive than like the Cracker Jack or the T206 cards. So Cracker Jack and like a caramel card, that would be like the 5 big ones that I would really want. And so there you go. I'm 3/5 the way there. That's what, 60%. So yeah, I'm super stoked. Now I have original 1887, 1909, 1910, and then a few bonus 1908s. So that's super cool. So I'm stoked about that, and the cool thing about that is the legacy lives on. You know, they're still doing these tobacco minis, and people who don't like them, well, that's, I mean, I don't see them complaining about these if they were able to get them. You know, would you throw away a Hannes Wagner or a Ty Cobb? Nope, you'd be glad to have it, even though it's not this size. So, but look at that, you know, 2007, second year Topps version of Allen & Ginter, so they're carrying on what they were doing then. In 2012, you know, you can obviously still get those mini cards. All of them are just a little different size or thickness. You know, this is paper thin, that's pretty thin, that's super thick. These are pretty decent stock, and then, you know, your regular Allen & Ginter stock's good. So there you go. That is super cool to me. I'm super glad to have that. I mean, just look how tiny that card is. That's insane. You know, compared to a regular card, you know. How much does that cover? You know, what is that, like 20% of the size of a regular card nowadays? Anyway, so thanks folks for there's my little recap that went on for a while, and put these off to the side since they're all protected right now. I'm gonna move the Guerrero back over there. All right, so I'll set these over here, everybody. They're close at hand. And then now we got this thing from Canada. I remember ordering something from Canada, just not 100% what it was. So let's open this box. All right, apparently I might have got a couple things from Canada, or maybe one of those little sets or something. I've been venturing out a little bit into like Gypsy Queen and some of the old 80s or 70s stuff recently, just because for my PC. Okay, this looks like it's one card. Oh, this is a... Remember when I was telling you people about a it's gonna rhyme with yep. I wish I'd known that this was what this was, then I would have pulled my big card out. But I was able to work out a deal with this person. You know, I recently picked up the 2017 version of this because it looked really good and it was a really good price. This person had this up for a certain price, and I really did lowball them. I mean, literally like over $15 less than what they were asking. Not that I thought it was worth less, but just tried to get a good deal. And mostly because the shipping was from Canada was going to be more. So I was like, oh, I really want this card. I'm trying to offset the shipping, you know. So I offered them what I offered, and they accepted, and boom, here it is. I mean, this got here quicker from Canada. I think I ordered this earlier this week. And yeah, I feel like I ordered this on Monday or something. I don't know, but this is a 2023 Archives Hall of Fame Signature Series. Andre Dawson, 2 of 11. Beautiful signature on that Cubs Andre Dawson card. There's his stats if you're interested. So, now this is a check off my list. And one, well, you know, we just pulled our first Signature Series card out of an actual pack box. And why is this a check off my list? Well, you know, I'm going for the 2020 rainbow as best I can for the Andre Dawson. I just chose that one because the chrome seemed obtainable. And then it turns out that I'm so much further along on the 2022 just because I had gotten so much. But I've kind of hit a dead end with those because nobody's selling the mini chrome colored cards. But I'm super far along on that. But the reason this is like a bonus check. And it's obviously a check because it's Allen Ginter, it's Andre Dawson as a Cub. It's cool, it's the Hall of Fame version here, stamp, so it's cool that they put the Hall of Fame on the Hall of Famers. I didn't have this one signed already. So the reason why is similar, like I said, I'm going for the 2020 Allen Ginter Andre Dawson base card rainbow, because it seemed obtainable and I had some of that stuff. Well, it turns out I'm pretty far along in 2018 as well. I don't think they did chrome in 2018, so I wouldn't even have to worry about that. But the reason why I went ahead and threw this in, because one, it was a good price, and it just happens that the 2018 is the one where I got that like online exclusive 5x7 big card. It's like this big, you know, it's a huge card. So I had already picked that up. That one was numbered to 49. And then I know for a fact that I have obviously like his mini, but I also have like the glow in the dark mini. And then I believe I also have his cloth card. So let me take a look here real fast. I know I have these Andre Dawsons right over here. So let's see if we can pull this out and make sure that I know what I'm talking about here. Don't have them all with me, but so there's his other one that I did have. Alright, so yeah. So I originally got this because I just wanted to have an Andre Dawson, Allen & Ginter signed card and certified by Top. So you can see both of these are 2023 versions of the Archive Signature Series. That's 2017 card and 2018, so that's kind of cool. I'm running a little, you know, in order of the different sets that he's been in, but nevertheless, one of the big reasons why was so I also have this. So that's the 2018. That's also numbered card to 10. So that's his cloth like silk card, numbered to 10. So I wanted to have a cloth card. So my whole Allen & Ginter thing is trying to get a different kind of Allen & Ginter card that they make. Well, I never had a cloth silk card. So I'm like, okay, I need to get a cloth card in general. Well, if I'm going to get one, I might as well get the guy that I collect, which is Andre Dawson. So I found this, and I bought this. So that's the 2018 Andre Dawson cloth card. And then I was like, okay, well, I know that I had the glow-in-the-dark, so I got the glow-in-the-dark card, which is one of the ones you would need because it's that same image. And, you know I had his full size and his mini. And so nevertheless, I determined that, hey, I already had some of the rare stuff from that actual year. The stuff that I'm having trouble finding with these other years. Of course, every year is different. They don't have glow in the dark every year, or he's not in the cloth every year, or whatever. But, you know, I already had the cloth card, which is numbered. I have the online exclusive, which is numbered. And I have some other stuff over there that I don't have right in front of me. So I was like, wow, you know, I can get some of the rare stuff that I already have, some of the rarer stuff from this set. I'm not 100% sure if my graded card might have... No, I can see the graded card up there. It's not this. That's the 2020. That's the Brooklyn back. But, so, yeah, super cool. So I already had the cloth one, had the online exclusive, and then so I see this, and I'm like, well, you know, that'll go right on board with this, because I don't believe he was in the autograph set that year. And this wouldn't be necessary because it's not officially part of that checklist from that year, having an autograph version like this. But it's like a bonus part of that little rainbow. So this is like, if you had all the stuff that they put out for this image in that year, you wouldn't need this. But if you had this on top of it, it's just a bonus. It's like, yeah, why not? You know what I mean? Now I'm still looking for that online exclusive gold version of this, which is also numbered 10. So that's kind of cool. I got like 4 of 10, 2 of 11, so like 10, 11 right there. And then I got the 49 on the other one, which is cool because he hit 49 home runs his MVP year. So that's super cool to me, folks. So 35 minutes into it, do we do this clearly authentic now? Do we tease that, or do we just go ahead and do that in the with the Allen & Ginter box? Alright, people, I'm not going to do this and the Allen & Ginter box, and then if I do the Allen & Ginter box, then it's just the Allen & Ginter box, and that's kind of a snooze fest for you folks. So so let's tease that for one more episode. Then I'll have to get up and go cut my hair before we go on vacation. And real quick, let me take a look and see what we got on hand. I brought these graded cards. Well, not graded, but some of these other cards. over here. Alright, I'm gonna grab these two. I'll put these ones back real quick. So what we're looking for here is we want to get one of these. So we got lucky with the Allen and Ginter in the Signature Series with that Sean Green card. So really what we want, if everything works out, is we'll get another 2006 design out of the Clearly Authentic. That's, you know, that would be epic for me. That's what I'm looking for, because I collect Allen and Ginter, and that's a different kind of Allen and Ginter. So that's already a check off my list for having one of the acetate cards. But just like that Sean Green, I'd sure love to pull one myself. And here's a couple other ones that we did get trying to pull one of these. I got some base Topps 2021 design of the acetate Clearly Authentic. And that's the Alex Kurloff and the Marquez for the Cubbies. And then like the some of the other ones that I showed you, like the Pete Tuklovic Signature Series. You know, I'm always willing to trade these away for other Allen and Ginter kind of cards, Signature Series, that mini one, the mini Tobacco Mini, and the the Signature Series is what I'm really looking for. Andre Dawson stuff. Or you know, it could be regular Allen and Ginter mini frames, or Allen and Ginter X, or Chrome, and stuff like that. I am looking for the Andre Dawson minis, like the Chrome colored cards, numbered cards, and Allen and Ginter X red, Andre Dawson, stuff like that. You know, like one of these for these, or something like that. So there you go. We'll end this video here. We'll do this stuff coming up, and then the next episode will be not the next episode after this one, but the episode tomorrow, which might not be up till Saturday, will be an extra special episode if things work out the way I want. Alright everybody, Rob from Old Style Classics Baseball Cards, and saying goodbye from me and my wife Pam, Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. James Bond, Sean Connery, and Bill Clinton. And hey, thanks for checking out my video. Bye.